You can't go anywhere the last few days without hearing the words Pokemon Go. A lot of people have been going on about that game. I myself haven't played it yet because it's not actually officially out in the UK. I'm waiting for it to officially become available before I give it a bash. However, according to an analyst reported by Business Insider, Nintendo actually stands to make the least amount of money out of the incredibly profitable Pokemon Go. Now, it launched last week in North America and other parts of the world, and just came out in Germany, I think it was today, and I think it's coming out in the UK tomorrow, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is, and it's been reigning supreme at the top of the charts on both iTunes and Google Play, surprising no one ever. It is the top 3 and top grossing app on both these mobile storefronts, and estimates put the game's revenue at anywhere between $1 million to $2.3 million a day. However, it is unclear where exactly that money is going. Now, naturally, it's being split through numerous companies, including both Apple and Google, which naturally take a share of sales through their stores, and some of it goes to the developer Niantic, the Pokemon Company, and of course Nintendo itself, which invested heavily in Niantic's creation of the game. Now, both Apple and Google get 30% of revenue from in-app purchases on their stores, and according to David Gibson, an analyst at Macquarie Research, and he basically said, quote, "The title was jointly developed by Niantic, Pokemon Company and Nintendo. It is unclear exactly what the economic interest is in the game, but we presume that out of every 100 units earned at the App Store, 30 would go to Apple, 30 to Niantic, 30 to Pokemon, and 10 to Nintendo." And don't forget as well that the Google parent company Alphabet invested in when Niantic was spun out of Google, so there is that as well. And, you know, even though, according to this analyst, and again, this could be wrong, he's obviously not got any insider information, it's just based on what he knows and how things usually work, yada yada yada. But there is a lot of money to go around. You know, even a small amount of a huge amount of money is still going to be a lot of money. And the analyst said to Inverse that they could see the game pulling in $1 billion a year once the issues with the servers are smoothed out and the game launches worldwide. And apparently is the fastest mobile game ever to reach the #1 spot for revenue in mobile stores, outpacing even Clash Royale. And as has been reported by places such as CNBC, the Nintendo themselves have seen a 25% jump in stock value ever since Pokemon Go released. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention as well is, of course, you know, Pokemon Company themselves are partially owned by Nintendo, 32%, so while Pokemon Company are technically getting more than Nintendo, Nintendo would get some of that, I assume. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. Again, I'm not an analyst. The gentleman David Gibson is, but you know, that seems like it would how it's work. I don't know. And another less dry thing, a very weird head-scratchy thing happened regarding Pokemon Go, as police in Fullerton, California said that 2 men strolling around playing Pokemon Go hatched them catch a man wanted for attempted murder. How, you ask? Well, naturally, Pokemon Go itself isn't what put the suspect in custody. Rather, one of the 2 men, Seth Ortega's game froze as he was playing, and he looked up, he saw something alarming. He basically said to police that he saw a man carrying a red plastic rose approach a woman and her 3 children, who quickly ran. Ortega and his friend Javier Soch, I don't know, sorry, then watched the man approach another woman and her 2 children, actually touching one of them on the leg. And both of these 2 guys obviously ran to the man, surrounded him until police called to the scene by the first mother arrived and arrested him. And basically they booked him on charge of child annoyance. He actually the police discovered a outstanding warrant for him in Sonoma, California on charge of attempted murder. So there you go. After all the stories about the string of armed robberies and discovering dead bodies because of Pokemon Go, I figured, you know, hey look, they helped catch an attempted murder. Although maybe, you know, they would have noticed sooner if they weren't playing Pokemon Go. I'm not, as much as I joke, they do absolutely 100% deserve credit. You know, they were playing Pokemon Go, they saw something suspicious. Immediately, you know, when things were very much, you know, in the wrong, obviously credit to the first mother as well for calling the police originally, but these guys were, you know, fast to act. They ran to the guy, surrounded him, and make sure he couldn't get away until the police got there. So these guys definitely deserve some big kudos. So yeah, some a bit more positive news, although while it wasn't good that this guy was out harassing children, at least he was caught. There's that. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.